I used to be a brony, a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. But in addition to the eventual end of that series, what ruined the whole being a brony thing for me were the kind of fans who frankly had forgotten how they look and sound for the bystanders. And by that, I refer to ignoring the fact that you're still a dude who act as if singing those songs aimed for little girls didn't look fucking stupid. I mean, you can still love the overall style that Lauren Faust approached the My Little Pony franchise with, but for fuck's sake, if you're a male fan of it, then keep your enthusiasm in check unless you want to be an easy target for bullies. Though to be fair, I only got to see such behavior at the local brony meetups I used to attend, and another pet peeve of mine were the quizzes about the show in those meetups. The questions were so goddamn specific that any low-profile brony like me would have made a facepalm looking at them. The show's heyday were at my 20s, and for real, I was having a fucking gender identity crisis due to how I looked more like Fluttershy than a man that I was supposed to be. But ultimately, the whole brony thing was just another one of my phases where I get caught into wishful thinking, only to fall back down to reality. I fucking suck as a drawer, yet I gave a shot to making and sharing fan comics on DeviantArt, and that was just the ultimate bottom of the barrel. To be real, I wish being a brony would have brought me some friends for a change, but of course, that was too much to ask for. Friendship is not magic, but a privilege of people with great innate social skills. Or, like I've said in my other videos, a privilege of people who didn't have to waste their crucial years being surrounded by nature in a fucking countryside. So, not only was My Little Pony a source of embarrassment for me, but also a cause of an identity crisis and ultimately, a waste of my goddamn time. Which only proves the point that I've been hammering to you in my videos. Countryside ruins lives. Wildlife can't teach you how to find a girlfriend, so you have to grow up where there are your peers to learn all that shit with. Which is obviously a chance that I didn't get to have, so thanks a lot, Mom and Dad. I hope you're proud of creating the monster that lurks behind this AI voice. I mean, you really can't deny how fucking susceptible living a kind of life that I've lived makes you to things like My Little Pony fandom. Instead of learning the names of the elements of harmony, like Twilight, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and Fluttershy, I should have somehow found it appealing to try online dating again and again, in addition to working countless jobs to quote-unquote being a good man. I mean, I could as well just diagnose myself with bipolar depression with maniac phases, given how drawing those fan comics felt like a fucking calling or something. Well, I did learn something about doing rough drafts before drawing the final lines and all that, but again, only to end up with something comparable to what I drew as a fucking first grader. Sure, some overly gifted assholes ended up creating absolute masterpieces of the show's characters and all that, but of course, I could never be as talented and popular. Though channels like Ranger Bravo and Applegeek managed to make this phase of my life a bit less repulsive to go back to. Ranger has funny reactions to the YouTube poops based on Friendship is Magic, and the reactions of Applegeek certainly add to what the episodes can offer. I mean, Lauren Faust did manage to make My Little Pony entertaining enough to essentially create this whole brony thing around Friendship is Magic. But in addition to the end of the show, one thing that turned me away from making fan art was this whole copyright aspect of it. Technically, it's Hasbro that gets to say what people can or cannot do with My Little Pony related things, and no matter how good or bad you are as a drawer, you can never know when you hit the point where Hasbro wants to take your art offline. I mean, I kinda wish that I was still as passionate about the current My Little Pony things as I was when Friendship is Magic was still in production. Maybe I could have some sense of belonging for a change. A kind of sense of belonging that I haven't experienced since I was in elementary school.